My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am here to share some cute things with you tonight. I did not actually get to finish my card project before I went live, so we're going to finish it together on the live and just kind of see what happens. So welcome. Be sure to say hello whether it's live or in the replay. Let me know where you're watching from if you get a chance. Let me know, do you have the sweet Stockings suite? I would love to know. This is a collection of products that are designed to work together from our new mini catalog, aka the holiday catalog. If you give this video a like or subscribe, just depending on where you're watching it, that goes a long way to helping the video get seen. So I appreciate that if you're able to do that, or if you know somebody who might enjoy this video, I would love if you would share it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This is a piece of the designer series paper. This is where I left off in my designing. So I'm just going to ask you guys a few questions as we go along. I am experimenting tonight, and I just am curious, when you get a piece of designer series paper like this and you have dies that will actually cut out the stockings, so in this case the little guy, the little stocking, or the medium-sized stocking, wherever that may be, hopefully you can see that too, do you use these? So here we go. So we have our small, our medium, and our large. Do you cut these out with your dies, or do you like to just cut it out in a larger piece and make that a background pattern? I like to cut them out. I like to use these pieces. I am the type of person that I would actually cut an entire sheet out and I would use them on projects. So let me know if that is something that you guys would do too, or you're like, no, you know, I can't be bothered with that. We are, however, going to die cut a few of these out tonight. We are not going to do the whole sheet on camera. I am going to cut out a few of them, and I'll show you what I like to do when I'm trying to find a pattern with the stockings. We're going to talk about a few things tonight. I actually have a host code. So for anybody who spends over 50, so before tax, you will get an embellishment from me if you use this host code, and I'll be sure to put it up on my Facebook page too so everybody has it. This host code's only good through August 31st. And if you spend over 50 before tax, you will qualify for a Saleabration item. So here is our Saleabration brochure. You can also see this online. Saleabration, if you are not familiar, it is something, it's running through August 3rd to September 30th, where if you spend 50 or 100, you can earn free product, and you can choose from your Saleabration brochure. So one of the things we're going to be using tonight is this Be Dazzling 6x6 paper, and it looks like this when you get them. There are 8 sheets. These are really nice. And I got this far, you guys. So I got a little, you know, a little bit done. We didn't get everything done. We got a little bit done. But this is what it looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. And this is one of the things that you could choose if you spend 50, you know, or more. So if you spend 50, you can choose a free reward. If you spend 100, you could either choose 2, or they actually have rewards at the $100 mark too. And you'll see the little notes here, just in case you're not familiar. It will tell you this is free with a $50 purchase. And then as we go on in the brochure, you'll see there are options free with a $100 purchase. And these are actually the summer shadow dies. So if you just pay attention to that, you'll get to see the options there. This is an absolutely gorgeous stamp set. People have been doing the most fabulous things with that. So if you guys have any questions at all about that, just let me know. But I love this paper. We're going to be using this on our card tonight. And this is our basic white cardstock. Okay, and then here in our mini catalog, so this is the July to December 2021 mini catalog from Stampin' Up. I'm going to go to page 30. So this is pages 30 and 31, where they're featuring the Sweet Stockings suite. And the reason I want to reference this is because of the samples that they have here versus what we're going to be doing tonight. So cute. So here, they've actually used the Stampin' blends to shade in their animals, and it's absolutely adorable. And it's just the 3 of them with the basic white. Similar thing here with the presents. And then we have these really simple cards layouts where it's mostly the designer series paper and then a stamped greeting. So just out of curiosity, like, let me know, do you prefer this simpler layout or do you like to get a little bit detailed? Now, what was going through my head over here, just so if you're not familiar with a suite is, I just want to go over it really quickly. There's a suite, a bundle, and then individual products that you can purchase. This will lay out and show you everything you would get in the suite. If you want to do a bundle, it's the stamp set and the coordinating dies. And if you want to purchase all of the products individually, you can do that too. And they have all of your item numbers over to the side. And they also tell you all of your coordinating colors, which I absolutely love. But the reason that I'm mentioning this is if you were on my last live, we made these really cute Halloween cards. Let me get one out. Okay, so we made these Halloween cards with the Stamparatus. So I wanted to kind of keep that theme going, and I knew I had Sweet Stockings. So it's like the same concept, these adorable little animals. If we want to stamp a bunch of the same card or a similar layout, how can we do that efficiently? And I thought we could do that with the Stamparatus. So I got my Stamparatus out again, and I started playing with the Sweet Stockings suite, and was trying to figure out a way that I could use this without having to color the entire image with Stampin' blends. I absolutely love how they colored it with Stampin' blends, but I thought, what if I used the die cut stockings from our designer series paper with our little animal guys, or should I stamp both? Okay, so that's where the Stamparatus came in. Same concept as last week. If you didn't see last week, what I do when I'm working with the Stamparatus is I will usually do test images, like I'll do a test design layout with my stamps on scrap paper, and then you can repeat that process once you have all of your positioning in place. And then these little markers here are for the pieces of paper that I'll actually put down and stamp, or the pieces of cardstock, I should say. So this is one of those cases where I would use both plates coming from both sets of hinges at the same time. So we would put down our stocking first, you know, our 3 stockings, and then we would put down our 3 little animals that are peeking out from behind the stockings. So if we wanted to do it as a 2-step stamping thing and we did want to color everything, we could do that. But what I was running into, and let me know if you guys have been playing around with this and had the same problem. I don't want to call it a problem. It's just a design element. It's just a, you know, a difference of opinion in terms of what we want when we're stamping. So there's one without the line and one with the line. And by that, I mean here, it's the full stocking stamp, and you can kind of see the lines going through their paws. Okay. And then here I masked off the line, and just, you don't see those lines. Okay, so it's like you have kind of the edge of each stocking, and I liked this one better. But then I also thought if I cut out my little stockings here and put them on the layer and then just stamped the little animals peeking out, I could just color the animals' faces, and I could do that on multiple cards. So that's kind of where my mind was going, and I voted to go without the line. But let me know what you guys think. Does that bother you, having the line through their paws? Like, would that matter at all? Or would you be fine with it either way? I'm just curious. I know that people will also fussy cut this, right? You would just fussy cut out your little animals, and you could just pop it right on top of your stocking if you would want to do that too. But for me, I am always looking for ways that I can do things either quicker Or even if I was going to use these 3 characters on completely different projects, like if I was doing like little treat bags or boxes or something, you could still stamp them all at once and then cut them out, or, you know, however you would want to do. So no line for you, Robin, and it doesn't bother you, Jason? Okay. So that's what I was curious about. So for me, I kind of just play around with that and see. So I just wanted to show you guys the difference. And of course we can still use these images and everything, but I'm not going to do multiples on the live. We'll just do one card together, but I just wanted to play around with this. So the second part of this is, and just let me set this aside one more time. Okay. So for the dies, whenever I am going to cut out a bunch of images with dies that I know will fit the image, I will try to find the pattern and then cut at that angle so that I can run them through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine at one time. And that was where I ran out of time. So you can kind of play around and see what works. I was trying to see if I was going to be able to cut all 3 at the same time, and it looks like I can. I would definitely recommend taping these down before you run it through, because they will move. They've moved on me so many times. Okay, so just for an example, to me, this is a good lineup. But if you see, the pattern changes and the sizes of the stockings change. So they may not fit 100%. So you just want to double check it before you start taking your designer series paper pattern apart. I am going to, I finally brought my Stampin' Snips back, or my paper snips back into my office. So what I'm going to do is cut, and let me just do it now so that I don't lose my place here. I'm going to start cutting this whole row out at an angle, and then hopefully we can die cut those somewhat painlessly. So I want it to be thin enough that I know I'm going to be able to fit it through my machine. All right, so the concept here, and this one's already done, but just bear with me. Okay, so this will fit right over that. Let me just put these together here real quick. So their little paw, okay, will either be tucked into the stocking, which in itself is adorable, okay? Or we could tape these down and then stamp the image on top of the designer series paper, and their little paws would be here, and then we could do like a darker color, like we could do a brown, you know what I mean, or something like that. I actually kind of like their paw looking like it's just tucked into the stocking. But if you want them peeking out over, you can do that too. I think that this is actually like the easier option. And then the third option would be, you can actually fussy cut their little paws and put it right over top of the stocking. So I'm gonna stamp the full image just to show you guys how I did it. And I'm gonna show you my little masks here. So if you wanna stamp without the lines, what I did, let me take this off of the hinge. What I did was, I just, these are just Post-its, and I just put them right across the top, but that you could still see like the edges of the stockings. Okay, and then I'm just gonna ink these up. I'm gonna use my Memento Tuxedo Black, just keeping it basic, because I am gonna use my Stampin' Blends to color a little bit. Okay, And then I'm just going to pull off the masks. I'm going to hinge it. And then I'm just going to stamp. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. Now you can see that's moving my paper a little bit. It was sticking a little. So all I'm going to do is pull up one magnet. I'm going to realign it with these little dots here and just set it right back down again. I was having a conversation with someone who told me that, you know, she would get intimidated if it would pull up or move her paper. So there are ways that you can be sure you can put your paper in the same exact place, just in case that happens. So now our little animal faces are going to come in from our side hinge here, our side plate. So I'm just going to take this off so you guys can see me inking it. So same thing, I'm just going to ink our little characters all in the Memento Tuxedo Black. Just going to set that down. Okay, so if you want to see their paws and you want to see the peeking and you don't, some people don't mind the line, some people would like it without the line. I am someone who would like it without the line. I would just go ahead and do my coloring if I was going to color at this point. If we would want to add our stockings and glue them on, I think that having the stamped image is a nice guide to laying down your stockings. It's pouring down rain here all of a sudden, so if you guys hear noise, I apologize. Okay, so you can decide if you're going to do that. I would recommend coloring your little characters in first and then popping these down. But this is basically how I would do it, and I would do a whole series. I would cut out all those you know, all those stockings, and I may add that to the replay. I may do a little fast forwarding and then cut them all out and show you guys multiple cards. I think that'll be really cute. But if you would want to come back in and add, you know, add a sentiment in a different color, that's one of the best things that you can use your Stamparatus for. I'm just going to flip the plate around. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my stamp set. I haven't even shown you guys the stamp set yet. And we have a lot of really adorable greetings here. So we have Christmas greetings, Santa Claus is coming to town, sending lots of love. That might be cute. Okay. Sending lots of love. Sending lots of love. Okay. I'm going to leave that be, but I would probably stamp love again. For our little characters, what color should we do? Let's do like, I really love cinnamon cider. I can't stop using it. I'm going to do a little bit of light and dark with the cinnamon cider. I'll do light all over. This stitched rectangle size is the second to the largest. I didn't do an official measurement on there. And now let's add our little stockings on. I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal. You could use whatever works best for you. Let's take a look at our options for designer series paper. because it's so cute. I would really love to like use it and reinforce it around our characters. Just make it really, you know, I think the So Dazzling makes it really, really sparkly and like festive. Okay, so we have our stars. So we could do that. Or, oh my gosh. Oh, I have to use this. My mom's cat looks exactly like this. All right. We could do, oh, I love that. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Ooh, that one's nice. Look at this. Now that is something I would definitely use for a background. Cute, but it's really light. I want something a little bit darker behind. And I used up some of my papers already. There are other patterns, but I think the winner is our lined designer series paper. This is my favorite. 4 1/4. By 5.5. Yes, 5.5. So cute. All right, so I'm going to build this up. Let me get these layers going. Absolutely love this. All right, and then for the inside of the card, because I did use a colored card base, because I used that cinnamon cider, I would do an inside layer. And we have some really adorable stamps here that you could, you know, create like a little border or a little like corner edging there with whatever you're gonna put. So we could say Christmas greetings. And then you could either do like the little X's, we could do some little stars, we could do these, you could do presents, like on the bottom of the border would be so cute. So let me do, how about the stars? We'll just do a couple of stars in each corner. All right, there we go. All right, woo, there you go, guys. Design on the fly. So here is our finished card project. It's super cute. So I definitely recommend using your Stamparatus, whether you're gonna fully color in your stockings or if you're gonna die cut and just lay them over top. Whether or not you wanna leave that line, mask it, put the paws inside or outside your stocking, you would still be able to do multiples of these pretty easily. So once you have all of your stockings cut out of your sheet and just pop them right on, you have your guide there if you are interested. And you can use a lighter color too, like a really light color instead of the Memento Tuxedo Black as a guide for where to put your stockings. So I hope you enjoyed this live. Once again, just in case you didn't see in the beginning, I have this host code until August 31st. If you place a $50 order with me before August 31st, you'll get a free embellishment from me if you spend $50 or more before tax. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys again next time.